Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Into the world of Ayurveda.
Ooh.
You guys shared some sources on the three doshas.
And I have to say, this is fascinating stuff.
Yes.
Ayurveda, this ancient system of medicine.
It isn't just about treating illness.
It's about understanding your unique energy makeup
Right.
for a balanced life.
So we're talking Vata,
Pitta and Kapha.
these energies that influence everything from your personality.
To your food cravings.
It's true.
To how you react to stress.
It's like having a personalized roadmap,
to well-being.
understanding which of these energies is most dominant in you.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
Starting with Vata,
It's the energy of movement.
like the wind constantly shifting.
So if your mind jumps from one idea to the next,
Uh-huh.
you love trying new things.
And you're always on the go.
You might have a strong Vata influence.
You probably do.
What's fascinating here is that
This airy energy translates to physical attributes too. Vata individuals are often slender
with dry skin.
and a quick, light way of moving, almost like a butterfly.
Yes. The source actually mentions butterflies, hares, and crows.
As Vata animal analogies.
I love that.
It totally makes sense. But tell me,
If Vata is all about movement,
what happens when it's out of balance?
that's when things can get a little...
Well, a chaotic,
Imagine the wind.
becoming a chaotic storm. You might see anxiety,
Insomnia, or even digestive issues like constipation cropping up.
a grounded routine, and warm, nourishing foods can help soothe.
That excess Vata energy.
So Vata is all about finding that sweet spot
Between exhilarating change.
and grounding stability.
Yes.
Now let's turn up the heat,
With Pitta.
the energy of transformation.
Think fire.
Intense, focused, and powerful.
Ooh.
Pitta individuals often have a strong build
Reddish hair.
and a penetrating gaze, almost like they can see right through you.
The source even compares them to tigers, snakes, and foxes.
That definitely tracks with the whole intensity vibe.
And they're not just physically fiery, right? They've got that drive and determination, too.
Absolutely, they're natural leaders.
Always up for a challenge.
But just like an uncontrolled fire, too much Pitta can lead to anger
Inflammation.
or skin issues
So, cooling activities like swimming
or spending time in nature.
might be their perfect counterbalance.
Makes sense.
Now, this is where I'm really curious.
How does Kapha, the energy of stability?
Jits fit into all of this.
Kapha is like the earth
Grounded, steady.
in nurturing,
Think of the calmness of an elephant.
the strength of a bear.
Or the loyalty of a lion.
They have a strong build
Thick, lustrous hair.
and smooth, radiant skin.
Okay, I'm getting the sense.
That these are the friends you can always rely on.
Yes.
They're the ones who remember your birthday.
And never forget to water the plants.
Exactly.
They crave routine and comfort.
And they have a natural inclination toward peace and harmony.
But remember, even the earth can become stagnant.
Oh.
Too much kapha can manifest as lethargy
Weight gain.
or a resistance to change.
So incorporating warming spices
Trying new things.
and shaking up that routine can help keep that kapha energy flowing smoothly.
Exactly.
Now here's what's really blowing my mind.
We're not just one dosha, right?
Oh.
We all have a unique blend of all three.
You got it.
It's like each of us has our own personal recipe.
Of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
That makes so much sense.
So if I have Vata tendencies,
But also crave spicy food like a pitta.
that's totally normal.
Absolutely. And understanding this unique blend.
Is where things get really fascinating.
And that's like having your own personalized owner's manual.
Once you understand your unique dosha blend.
You can make choices that enhance your well-being.
Okay, that's the part I'm really interested in.
How do we actually apply this knowledge in our daily lives?
Let's go back to our Vata example.
Remember, Vata is all about movement and air.
So to find balance,
You'd want to incorporate grounding practices into your routine.
think regular meal times
A calming bedtime ritual.
and warm, nourishing foods
So basically, creating a sense of stability
to counter that natural Vata tendency.
towards airiness.
Precisely.
It's about working with your dominant dosha.
Not against it.
Now imagine someone with strong pitta energy
Their fire might manifest as a competitive drive.
and a love for tackling challenges
So that friend who's always signing up for marathons.
and leading the charge on new projects.
Definitely Pitta.
Exactly.
And while that fire can be amazing,
Too much of it can lead to burnout or even anger,
for them it's about finding cooling, calming activities
like spending time in nature.
or practicing meditation.
Okay. Starting to see how this all connects.
So what about Kapha?
What does finding balance look like?
For those grounded earth types.
Remember, kapha thrives on stability.
But too much stability can become stagnation.
Think of a still pond.
Without some movement, things can get a bit murky.
So no more hitting snooze for kapha folk.
Well, a little extra sleep might be in their nature.
But they'll thrive with activities that stimulate both body and mind.
A regular exercise routine, incorporating warming spices into their diet.
Even just trying something new.
All of these can help keep their energy flowing smoothly.
Okay, this is all making sense.
But how do we figure out our own personal dosha blend?
Is it as simple as taking one of those online quizzes?
Quizzes can be a good starting point.
But it's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Ayurveda uses many methods,
Including pulse diagnosis?
and observing physical characteristics.
To understand your unique constitution.
So it's like piecing together a puzzle
Considering everything from our physical traits.
to our emotional tendencies.
Exactly.
And that's why working with a qualified Ayurvedic practitioner,
And be so helpful.
they can help you understand the subtle nuances
Of your dosha blend.
and provide personalized recommendations.
Now here's where I think things get really interesting.
What happens when our doshas get out of balance?
What are the signs?
Think of it like a seesaw.
When one dosha becomes too dominant.
It throws off that delicate equilibrium,
So if my normally calm and collected kapha friend,
suddenly starts snapping at everyone.
could that be a sign of imbalance?
It's certainly possible.
And just like each dosha has its own unique qualities.
Imbalances manifest differently too.
For instance, excess vata might look like anxiety,
Insomnia.
or even digestive issues,
Too much pitta could show up as anger,
skin inflammation,
or digestive problems like acid reflux.
and a kapha imbalance might lead to lethargy
Weight gain?
or even allergies.
So it's almost like a personalized diagnostic tool.
Understanding your dominant dosha.
Helps you recognize the early signs of imbalance.
And take action before things get too out of whack.
Exactly.
And that's one of the most empowering aspects of Ayurveda.
It gives you the knowledge and tools.
To become an active participant in your own well-being.
Okay, so let's say I've realized,
My pitta is a little out of control.
what are some practical steps I can take to restore balance?
Ayurveda takes a holistic approach.
It's not just about addressing symptoms.
It's about getting to the root cause of the imbalance.
This might involve lifestyle changes,
Dietary adjustments.
or even incorporating herbs.
And specific therapies.
So for our fiery pitta friend,
Maybe swapping those late-night work sessions.
for a calming evening walk,
Exactly.
and incorporating cooling foods like cucumber and cilantro.
Or even practicing calming breathing techniques
It's all about finding those personalized practices.
that help bring your doshas back into harmony.
This is fascinating.
It's like we've been given a secret decoder ring,
For understanding not only our own health and well-being,
but also the motivations and behaviors.
of the people around us.
It's truly a transformative way of looking at the world.
And while we've covered a lot of ground,
There are still some fascinating details in your source material.
that I think will really bring this to life.
Ooh. You know, I love getting into the specifics.
Let's dive into those details next.
We're going to explore the really unique traits,
Of each dosha,
like specific physical characteristics,
and even some intriguing animal comparisons.
that perfectly illustrate their energy. All right, so get ready for some seriously cool insights.
We're about to zoom in on the unique characteristics of each dosha.
Okay.
Your sources have some fascinating details.
About physical traits and even animal comparisons that perfectly capture their energy.
It's amazing how this stuff makes sense.
Once you start connecting the dots,
It really is. It's like having a magnifying glass.
revealing the intricate details that make each dosha so unique.
Let's start with vata.
That energy of movement and air.
Remember those butterflies and hares we talked about?
Uh-huh.
Well, the source goes even deeper.
Describing vata individuals
It's often having thin, delicate features,
with small, uneven teeth.
a thin tongue, and even brittle nails.
Wow. It's like that dryness and lightness we talked about.
Really permeates every aspect of their
But it's
being.
not just about personality.
It's in their very physical makeup,
Exactly. And their eyes
often described as being bright and sparkling,
reflect that constant mental activity,
always taking in new information.
always searching for the next exciting thing.
Okay, I'm picturing that friend who's always flitting from one activity to the next.
Full of ideas and enthusiasm.
It's like they embody the very spirit of the wind.
Yes.
Now, what about pitta?
What kind of physical details jump out?
For this fiery energy.
Remember those tigers and snakes? Uh-huh. Well, pitta individuals often have a similar intensity.
In their appearance,
The source describes them as having a medium build
often athletic.
with sharp, defined features.
They might have reddish hair
Fair skin that's prone to freckles or moles.
and warm hands and feet.
And let's not forget that penetrating gaze.
It's like they can see right through you.
Which makes sense given their sharp intellect.
and their tendency to be natural leaders.
They don't miss a thing.
Precisely. And when you think about those animal comparisons,
Geigers with their power and focus.
snakes with their intensity and precision.
It all starts to click. Now for our final dosha.
Kapha, the energy of stability and structure.
All right, bring on the elephants and bears.
These are the folks who exude a sense of calmness and strength, right?
Exactly. The source describes them as often having a strong, well-built frame.
With thick, lustrous hair
Smooth, radiant skin.
and large, expressive eyes.
They move with a certain groundedness.
And their voice often has a deep, resonant quality.
I love that they're often described as having a sweet, gentle nature.
It's like their inner peace shines through in everything they do.
Yes, and their love for routine and comfort makes sense.
When you think about those grounding elements of earth and water,
That govern kapha energy.
they're like a steady, reliable rock in a chaotic world.
This has been such an incredible journey.
We've gone from understanding the basic principles of Ayurveda.
To exploring the unique characteristics of each dosha in such detail.
I feel like I have a whole new language for understanding myself and the people around me.
And remember, this is just the beginning of your Ayurvedic journey.
There's so much more to explore from understanding your unique dosha blend.
To learning how to apply these principles to every aspect of your life.
It's like we've unlocked a treasure chest of ancient wisdom.
That's still relevant today.
And the best part is,
This knowledge empowers us to take control of our well-being.
and live a more balanced, harmonious life.
Exactly. It's not about fitting into a box.
It's about understanding your unique constitution.
And making choices that honor who you are.
So to all our listeners out there,
We encourage you to keep exploring.
keep learning and keep diving deep into the fascinating world of Ayurveda
Who knows, maybe understanding your dosha is the key.
to unlocking a whole new level of health, happiness, and fulfillment.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey.